We all use thousands of words every single day, right? We barely even think about them. But what if I told you that hidden inside one of the most common words is this incredible story about a plan to build a truly global language? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that. So it all starts right here with the word false. The definition is about as straightforward as it gets. If something is false, it's not true, it's not real. We all get that. But when we were looking at the source page for this very simple definition, we saw something else, something that just felt a little odd. And this was it. Tucked away at the top of the page was this little note. False is on the Basic English 850 list, and I'm guessing your first reaction was the same as mine. What on earth is the Basic English 850 list?
That one little sentence just kicked off a huge question and sent us tumbling down a rabbit hole. What is this list? And why is a simple word like false so special that it gets to be on it? Well, that's exactly what we're going to unpack.
As it turns out, this isn't just some random list of words. It's actually the entire foundation of a language, a complete but super simplified version of English that was designed for one big reason: international communication, and it's called, simply, Basic English.
And here's the part that'll blow your mind. The whole system, the entire language, is built on just 850 words. To put that into perspective, the average English-speaking adult probably knows somewhere between 20,000 and 35,000 words. So you've got to be wondering, how could 850 possibly be enough? Well, the idea was never to write epic novels or complex academic papers. Basic English was meant to be a practical tool. It was engineered to be a bridge between people from different countries. Something easy enough for anyone to learn, but just powerful enough to cover all the essential everyday stuff, from ordering food to talking business.
Okay, so here's the crucial part. How do you make so few words do so much work? Well, the secret isn't just which words they picked, but how those words could be used. The whole system is built on one core idea: flexibility.
And to really see what I mean, let's circle right back to where we started with our old friend, the word false, and figure out exactly why it made the final cut.
This slide shows it perfectly. False is doing double duty here. On the one hand, it can mean something is just logically wrong, like saying 2 + 2 = 5. But on the other hand, it can mean something is artificial or not real, like false teeth. It's one word that covers two related but distinct ideas. And that kind of efficiency is exactly what you need to build a whole language with just 850 words.
And that's the magic trick behind the whole thing. Every single one of those 850 words is like a Swiss Army knife. It's chosen because it can stretch and bend to cover the work of a bunch of other, more specific words. You just don't need untrue and incorrect and fake and artificial when one simple word, false, can get the job done. So let's zoom out for a second, because this is so much bigger than just a clever language hack. It's really an attempt to solve one of the most fundamental human problems there is. How do we talk to each other when we literally don't speak the same language?
Just look at this. The source page for false has translations for 53 different languages. 53! That's an amazing little snapshot of our world's diversity, but it also shows you just how big the communication challenge really is.
And that's really why this matters so much. You know, in a world that has over 7,000 languages, the idea of having a simple shared toolkit like Basic English is actually pretty profound. The goal was never to replace all those beautiful languages, but to build a simple bridge between them, to make that very first connection just a little bit easier for everyone. So what's the big takeaway here? Well, we started with one strange little note on a dictionary page, and we ended up uncovering this whole philosophy about language and connection. But it also leaves us with this big, central tension, a real trade-off. See, on one side, you have the power of simplicity. Something that's easy to learn can connect more people. It builds that bridge. But on the other side, you have nuance. All the rich, beautiful, complicated texture of a full language that lets us express every single subtle shade of thought and feeling. And that brings us to the final question to chew on. The people who created Basic English really believed they were building a tool for global unity. But it makes you wonder, what is the ultimate purpose of language? Does making it simpler bring us closer together, or does it, by its very nature, put a ceiling on the depth of what we can ever truly say to one another?